Good morning, good afternoon, or good night, whatever time you are listening.
Welcome to Season 2, Episode 5.
We are your hosts. My name's Olivia.
And I'm EC.
And this is Sparta Speaks.
1, 2, 3, 4.
What is up? What is up? What is up? Welcome to Sparta Speaks. This is our first podcast that we have the cameras going, and we're so excited to have our special guest, Mr. Gault.
Yes, I'm happy to be here. I was on season 1. I don't know what episode I was on. I was on season 1 at some point. Yeah.
He's the second guest that's been on a podcast before. Because remember Coach
Really?
English was on that podcast for the baseball thing?
I don't remember that.
He was on a podcast. When they did like the memorial thing, they like interviewed him. What a guy. Okay, so we were so excited to have Mr. Gault on. We're going to ask him a few questions. But first, tell us a little bit about yourself, Mr. Gault. Who are you? What do you do? What do you teach here?
My name is Jimmy Gault. I am from here. I graduated from Westall High School in 2012. I have been a teacher here now since 2017. So I've been teaching here for 8 years. I teach U.S. history, AP US history, IB history. I also teach IB personal and professional skills. I do a lot of stuff.
Everything.
I used to coach boys soccer and cross country. I no longer coach because I have a wife that teaches at Oakwood Elementary, and I have 2 kids. And so the kids, so James and Lucy take up most of our time out of school now.
Slay. And you played football when you were here, right?
I did not play football.
Oh,
I did. My brother played
misinformed.
football. I did cross country and track was what I was like good at.
Uh-huh.
And then I did play JV soccer and wrestling.
Oh, slay.
I did a little bit of everything.
Look at this multi-sport athlete. Okay, so we're going to ask Mr. Gault some questions. Our first question is, what is the biggest life lesson you've learned as a dad? Mr. Gault is pulling up his notes.
I have the questions in front of me. So I saw that question. I was like, that is a really big question. Like, what am I supposed to say to that? And so the first thing that I thought of was the word love. And I feel like it's so cliche for people to say, like, you don't know what love is like until you have kids, because I've heard people say that my whole life. But it's true in the fact that, so Lucy, our newest kid, is 5. Our newest kid.
Flash out the package.
Yeah, the newest
Just got her.
kid.
Just
The newest kid is 5. She's 5 months old, and then James is 3. And so just watching him grow and then watching him like become a big brother and just like the love that he has now for his sister is just a big thing. And then a challenge that we faced was before James was born. So right before James was born, he was born December 29th. And so that Christmas, my father-in-law passed away unexpectedly. And so it was just this like this awful / amazing time because like we're celebrating our first child, but then we're also like mourning and then just being there for my wife and just kind of like watching our relationship like just kind of like grow through that challenge. And so I'll say like being a dad is great because there's ups and downs and they like make me laugh and they make me frustrated. And so it's just like growing through that is like the part where you can see like your love like grow and expand. And so it's not just like, oh yeah, my kids are great. It's like, no, they're freaking annoying sometimes. But the idea that like your love can like grow through those things and as you watch them grow. So
Wow.
That is really great. I feel so like inspired. I
feel
feel
so
like
enlightened.
I was listening to a TED Talk.
I feel like I need to be a dad now. Mr. Gault's book on being a dad is coming out soon. That was super slay.
that'd be awesome.
on a little bit more of a lighter note, we were wondering if the founding fathers had a group chat, who do you think would be the funniest?
All right. So U.S. history is like my main like I guess expertise. I don't know if I'm an expert, but that's what I'm passionate
you're an
about
expert,
teaching.
Mr. Gault.
Thank you. And so the founding fathers had a group chat. I was imagining like the founding fathers in this group chat would probably be Washington. Probably be Benjamin Franklin. I was thinking of Hamilton would be in there, Thomas Jefferson, and then probably like John Adams, maybe James Madison too.
Well, what is
so
the
like,
name of this group chat?
like-
It's like America with the eagle
yeah,
emoji.
Yeah, America with like the flag and the eagle emoji. And then, wait, what was the question? Who's the funniest?
Yeah, who's the funniest in the group
So
chat?
I feel like Washington would be like, he wouldn't be the funniest, but he'd be like the one that's just like leaving everyone on red, like just doesn't like leaving the chat all the time. He's just
responding.
like and then Hamilton and Jefferson, they like actually in real life were like fighting. If you've ever seen Hamilton, there's the cabinet battles. Like that really happens. And so they would just be like fighting all the time. There's like, and then John Adams is the guy that's like, guys, like stop goofing around. Like this is serious, blah, blah, blah.
Lock in, guys.
And so the person that would be the funniest is Benjamin Franklin because he's the old guy. And by the time he's old, he just like doesn't care anymore. He's just like, I'll just say whatever.
Cracking jokes.
And he actually does like write a book that's like about like his wittiness and his like I guess his little one-liners. And so he would be the one that's just like oh you guys like he would just say something stupid. Yeah.
So Franklin is he's the reels. He's sending the reels into the TikToks, the reels.
Yes.
He's sending all the funny things.
Yes. And then Hamilton and Jefferson are just like they're the ones fighting, and then
Dude, I thought of that question. I was like, this is gonna be so funny to talk about. I'm so excited for Mr. Gault's answer. You lived up to the expectations.
Thank you.
Okay, so obviously we talked about you're a little history expert. We're gonna call you an expert on this episode. You're a history expert.
Yes.
So I think that this is gonna be a fun question. What time period that you teach in like, I'll say our A-Push curriculum, because that's what we take. What time period in our A-Push curriculum would you most likely want like to live in? To experience all the events of?
I'd say there's two main ones, and it's a lot of the times it's what the kids also like to, what you guys like to learn about too. It'd probably be either the 1920s, so the Roaring Twenties is a fun time period to live in with the flappers and the Harlem Renaissance and the cities and the transportation, like the cars starting to be a thing. But then I think probably my top one, so I'm going to say 1920s is number like 2 or like 1B. So my 1A would be the 1950s. And I think it's because you get a lot of the cool things from the 20s, like the cars and the culture.
The colorful cars.
Yeah. And then you also get television, so you can't live without TV.
Yeah, exactly.
But then you also see
and microwave dinners.
You get the TV dinners and things like that. So I think the culture in the 50s is just so cool, especially with like the suburbs and just like what you think of like as ideal American. I always think of the movie Back to the Future. Have you ever seen Back to the Future? Yeah. So like when they're when he goes back in time and he's like living with his parents, like that time period is like what I think about, and I'd be like, that'd be a cool little town to live in.
Yeah, like
it's like the perfect like American dream.
Yeah, like in WandaVision when it's like the perfect like that's what I always thought about when we were learning about that.
Yes.
I love that show. Oh my goodness, that's the greatest show ever. Okay. That was actually a really good answer. I don't know what mine would be. I think mine would be those probably. Like I feel like that's the most like common answer, but like
it would definitely be in the range between like the 40s and the 70s.
Yeah. AC's answer is definitely the 70s. I feel like 60s, 70s.
I mean, I feel like I could be happy anywhere, but like, the 70s would be fun.
Yeah, like I just want to live at the same time as Fleetwood Mac, guys. Like, is it too much to ask?
Imagine all the music you could see live.
Yeah, like Fleetwood Mac and ABBA and like it'd just be so good. It would be so slay. Okay, I always say that this is how I always introduce this segment, but everyone's favorite segment of the week, Crash Out of the Week. I need to start using these. Crash Out of the Week.
That was so loud.
I can take it down in the mix. Okay, so Crash Out of the Week. EC, would you like to go first? What is your Crash Out of the Week?
My Crash Out of the Week. You might have to come back to me on that one. I need some time to think about it.
Mr. Gault, is yours just burning in the front of your forehead?
So Crash Out of the Week is, so we're doing EOC review, and I hate EOC review. It's so boring to me because I'm like, I've already taught this and I'm teaching it again. And my Crash Out of the Week is when I give answers to something on Canvas and the kids still don't do the assignment. I'm just like, you're making me crash out, kids. Like,
I fear this is targeted at me. I still haven't done our AP review questions.
Yes, but I'm not giving you the answers to those.
That's true.
I'm giving them the answers to study, and they're still not doing anything. Yeah. So
yes, very valid crash out for Mr. Gault this week. I feel like the entirety of the month of May, as it's approaching, is just a crash out in itself, because it's like testing and finals and reviews, and you're just in summer mode. So I'm the least locked in May, and that's when I have to be the most locked in. And it's a really bad conversation.
And then the seniors, like, it's always like their last thing. And so it's like if you have senior friends, it's like you can't bail on them because,
Yeah,
that's your
exactly.
last thing. I
I
can't
can't-
skip out on this again.
Yeah. But I feel like I've had senioritis since freshman year, but I feel like it's like really hitting really hard right now. I just have like summeritis.
Summaritis.
Yeah, it's really bad.
Only like 1 more month, really, because like these next 2 weeks, like, don't really count.
Yeah, exactly. I literally changed my spring break countdown on my lock screen to the last day of school because that's the next thing to look forward to. Okay, my crash out of the week, guys. So, as everyone knows, it comes up every single podcast. Olivia's an Alani addict. EC actually does not have an Alani today,
But
but
today I have a spindrift.
today we have
Yay.
the
I
orange
don't know
kiss.
if you can see it in the camera. or
Yeah,
not,
I know.
but-
This is so slay. I don't have to describe it now. There's my orange kiss, Alani. But this week, I was really bad and had one every single day. But on Wednesday specifically, I was on the way to FCA. Forgot it was Wednesday. So I was like speeding to FCA because, got to be there. You guys should come too. But I was speeding there, get out of the car. I'm like getting all my stuff together. And in some unfortunate turn of events, half of the Alani is down my shirt. Literally down my shirt. So I'm like, bro, this is a terrible way to start this day. So then I'm like, you know what? We need to be positive. We're going to carry on. This morning, get into the car, half the Alani dumped down my shirt. So I need to figure out something else. But that was my crash out of the week, is that I was spilling specifically my
Twice.
Alani twice in 1
Twice
week.
in 1 week.
Yeah, it was so bad. And then I forgot it was Wednesday, and I was a little late to FCA, but it's okay.
Okay, well, my crash out of the week. So, sorry, Mom, if you're listening, but I'm sure you could have guessed. Yesterday, I really did not want to take a math test. And, I mean, it was an easy test. All I had to do was, like, memorize, like, 15 of the little, like, identity things. But I didn't do it the night before, and I wasn't going to do it that morning. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to tell my mom I'm not feeling good. Let's see if she'll let me stay home.
And she did.
So I walk into my mom's room and I like curl up next to her in bed. I'm like, Mom, like my stomach is just not feeling good. Like I feel like I'm gonna throw up. Like, do I have to go to school? And she's like, just go back to bed and like set an alarm, like, and wake up later and see if you feel better. And I did not go to school.
Yeah, so then, no warning from Olivia. So every day we leave in, like, it's like third or fourth period to go to Ivester. And we go to the front office, and I always wait for EC. And I'm waiting. Guess is not showing up, EC. So I text her, silence, radio silence. So I'm like, I'm going home. So I go home. She texts me like 2 hours later. She's like, oh yeah, sorry, I'm not at school. Really? Couldn't have guessed.
I was asleep.
Yeah.
Sound asleep.
She was sound asleep.
But yeah.
That was really unfortunate.
Oh, but wasn't my crash out. I was just talking about that. The crash out was that, like, as soon as I woke up and was like moving around, my mom like put me to work. She's like, okay, you gotta
Put me to work.
She's like, gotta do dishes, gotta do laundry, clean up the house.
Yeah, and
she
then
she gave me a
ice bucket
million
challenged.
different she gave me a million different tasks to do. But honestly, I can't complain because if she let me stay home from school, then I feel like
We
that's
should have
valid.
nominated Mr. Gault. Have you done it yet?
I've not done
Have you been nominated?
I've not been nominated.
OMG, we should have nominated you. It was
Well,
it was pretty fun actually. I had a good time. We didn't even use ice. We used the lake water, but it was like basically
that's-
ice cold.
yeah, that was
but
basically
It was
ice.
plenty cold.
yeah, it was plenty cold. It was fun though. I had a good time. Okay. Book rec of the week. EC. You're always ready to
Okay.
go with your book recommendations.
Okay, my book rec of the week is probably the book I read while we were on the cruise, and it was
Oh my goodness. In tears.
for one more day. I was laying on the little like
With a pina colada in hand.
pina colada
tears.
in hand, like bikini on, like laying out tanning, and there's
UV
tears,
9.
tears falling down my face because of this book. But it's Mitch Albom, right? Is that his
Dude,
name?
we need to be sponsored by Mitch Albom. We always talk about him.
I love him so much. But it's basically about this guy that his mental health is not the best, and then he attempts suicide, and then he like.
dang, that went dark really fast.
I was trying to think of like a better way to say it, but there really isn't.
No, that's just the way.
I mean, yeah.
And then like he hallucinates his mom, and so then like the whole book is him spending like one more day with his mom.
Bro, it's actually so bad.
But I won't
She's like,
spoil the ending.
Olivia, you have to read this book. And she's like sobbing the whole time. Yeah.
But it's a really good book about like the relationships that you have with your parents, especially your mom. So I would recommend it to anybody that has a mom.
Everybody that has a mom,
anyone
read the
that has-
book. Yeah. Well, in honor of the new Abby Jimenez book coming out, I had to read it. Actually, I'm not done yet, but I'm reading it right now. It's called Say You'll Remember Me. And if you know me, you know that I would read Abby Jimenez, her grocery list. She could write the ABCs down. I'd be like, this is the most riveting, moving piece of literature I've ever read. But it's really good so far. Some people will be like, oh, it's just like shallow, like romance books, but I think they're so good. And I love her so much, and I'm so glad that we finally got a new book. So everyone should read it. It's really good. Mr. Gault, what pieces of literature are we consuming in this season of life?
I don't read that much. We're going to be honest. So I've been working on my doctorate program, and I just don't have time to read. I'll give you a TV show.
Oh, yes,
I like
give us
to
a
watch.
TV
So I'm actually rewatching it, but it's Ted Lasso. It came out on Apple a few years. Oh, it came out during the pandemic. So during 2020, it came out for the first season.
5 years ago, guys. That's
It's about an American football coach who goes over to England and coaches a soccer team. And so it's really funny because especially the first season, has just a lot of like just funny jokes between Americans and soccer, and how we don't know what
Yeah.
happens in England and things like that.
Exactly.
But it also dives into relationships, similar to like EC's book, where he's kind of in the middle of a divorce, and so it kind of shows some of that. And then his boss, who is like the owner of this club, she actually basically not inherited it, but she basically won it in the divorce with her like super rich husband. And so it talks about that dynamics. Then you get into all the players, and it has a lot of coaching philosophy in it as well. But it's just a really good show, just like wholesome. It'll make you laugh, it'll make you cry. Like, one
That's kinda like
of those shows.
that football show that you were watching, Friday Night Lights.
Yes.
But like not as deep.
Yeah,
that one is.
Friday Night Lights was just like a normal like sitcom.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely not as deep.
Mhm.
But yeah, I love stuff like that. I like reading sports. Like
Yes.
that sounds so nerdy. I like reading sports. No, I just like reading sports books. I think it's fun. Okay, ins and outs.
You want to go first?
I feel like
or
we've
your-
covered everything that's like in
Didn't know what to-
my outs this week, bro. It's always English class.
out this week.
Every
is hitting.
single week, it's all just out this year is English class or this semester, I guess.
English is
Um,
English is not.
our shout out our professor if he's watching. He's definitely not, but he literally has something against me for zero reason. I've done nothing to this man, and everything gets graded so mean. Like
Me and Olivia will write like almost the same exact essay. Like we had was it the annotated bib that like ours were almost the exact same.
yeah, and my grade is
And-
like 20 points lower.
Yeah.
Like, bro, literally, what did I do? But yeah, we have an argumentative essay that is worth 35% of our final grade, and I don't want to do it. The summaritis is just I don't want to do it. Like, I literally do not. But yeah, out is English class. In is the USC Ice Bucket Challenge, I guess. I feel like it's all I see on Instagram. Like, every other story is somebody.
Yeah,
doing
I could slowly get it like or slowly see it getting closer to us because I see like people that live
Yeah,
far away.
yeah, and then
like,
it- and then it was
nominated,
getting closer,
And
yeah.
it's just like more and more people.
Yeah, it was getting closer. But yeah, now we've done it. Aubrey's done it.
There's no one else here
Did
to
you do it
nominate.
yet? Corinna's behind the scenes. Corinna's not done it yet, but she's been nominated once.
Has Evan done it?
Evan McNeil, has he done it? Oh, have you done
No.
it? Evan's been nominated, but he hasn't done it yet. And Evan's probably not going to end up doing it. You will? OMG. Evan's actually going to participate in something. That's so crazy. But yeah, it was pretty fun. You should do it, Mr. Gault.
That's okay.
I nominated Coach Jenkins, who is, she works in special education, but now she's our basketball cheer coach. And she told me that I was kicked off the team because I nominated her. And then Aubrey nominated Sarah Pellegrino, who was our guest. Was that last week? That was last time we filmed,
yeah,
right?
Last week.
Yeah, because spring break.
Yep.
Yeah, so last episode, Miss Pellegrino, she has been nominated. So we'll see if that comes to fruition. She was also very angry that she got nominated. But you see, what are your ins and outs?
Oh, my ins and outs. Out is relationships. Out is prom dates.
Oh,
In is
wow.
going to
In-
prom by yourself.
In
Yes,
in
that's fine.
is in is
In is being like that guy. Wasn't that Sam Patton
Yeah.
that went by himself and then saw the?
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
Yes.
that could be you.
he went by himself and did
Yes.
what?
And then
so
he
I had Sam, if you're watching this, It's okay. I love you. I had a student last year that first of all, I love going to prom. Let's just be honest. I
Yes.
love chaperoning prom. It's
Yes.
great. Just because I love to see the seniors and they get all excited and all that things. But so I had a kid in my class. You can cut out his name if you want to. He goes to prom by himself. Right, so me, Mr. Gault, I'm there, and he's literally just like standing in the back on his phone. And so I'm like, hey man, what's up? Blah blah blah.
Hey, man.
And he goes, yeah, some of my friends are coming later. So I was like, okay. And so then like 30 minutes go by, still over there. Go
By
back,
himself.
go talk to him a little bit, blah blah. Then his friends get there, and then he was in my class, and the little girl that he had a crush on was also
The
in my
little
class.
girl. There were seniors in high school.
Yeah, the little girl that was 18 years old. They were also in my class, and they sat next to each other, and I didn't even know, like, I set up the seating chart, and I didn't even know that, like, he, like, had a crush on her or whatever. And so he, afterwards, after the dance, he was leaving, and he was like, that girl, she danced with me for 3 songs, and he was like, I was like the best night of his life. So,
Wow.
This is
if
your
you go by
time. You see,
yourself-
maybe,
if you go
maybe
by
I should just go by
yourself,
myself.
yeah.
Mr. Gault's going to see EC alone in the corner.
I don't need any friends.
No.
Don't need a date. No friends.
No. In is going to prom by yourself.
No.
Out is going to prom with someone. Literally.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. For
Me
prom.
too.
I'm actually, here's the thing about Olivia. I don't like the actual dance. Like
Yeah,
everything
I'm
surrounding the
excited
dance is
for, like,
fun.
The
Like
process.
before and like after.
Yes, pictures, dinner, getting ready, picking up the bouquet. I'm really excited for our bouquets. We just submitted our inspo picture. The lady's gonna craft our bouquets. I'm so
I-
excited.
I want it to look cute, but honestly, I could care less.
No, yours is gonna look cute.
Is it gonna? I'm a little scared.
We submitted the picture last time, and it looked exactly like it. Pretty much.
But like, yeah.
Oh, you're saying like the inspo picture? You
Yeah,
don't know
I'm
if
just,
it-
I'm just
okay.
hoping like it turns out okay.
It's
Because
gonna
like
turn
the
out
inspo pic like wasn't the cutest, but like
It was. I think it was pretty.
she can figure it out.
She can figure it out.
That's her job. So
Yeah,
that's it.
literally. All right, Mr. Gault, what are your ins and outs? Just
Ins and outs. In is test review. Kids.
in is test review.
Every test
review
review.
is
So
not in.
IB test review, AP test review, Milestones EOC test review.
It's
Test
almost like he's
review is
paid.
in.
It's almost like he's paid
Yeah.
to promote test review.
Remember, kids, there's 3 reasons to study for the test. First thing is it's a reflection of you because your name is on the
Lock
test.
in. Lock in.
Second is it's a reflection of your teacher. So if you have me and you respect me enough, you're going to study for me. And then the third thing is it's a reflection of the school. So
Lock
if you
in.
think that we need to improve Westall High School, it starts with you. So it's you,
Ooh,
then it's your teacher,
banger.
and then it's Westall High School.
Wow, we talk about changing the culture so much on this podcast.
Don't ask what you could or don't ask what the school can do for you. Ask what you can do for the
you
school.
do for the school?
That's so good.
That was so AP US history.
Yeah,
of you.
that was-
And you're not
that
even
was-
in AP
yeah.
US history.
That was so good.
That was really good.
I love it.
In is test review, but test review is also kind of out.
Yes,
if you're
for
a student.
teachers. For teachers, test review is boring. But studying for
It's
your test is
also
in.
boring for students.
Yes.
I can assure you. As a student myself, I can assure you it's really
Yes.
boring. Well,
I don't think I've done any test review in any of my classes so far.
that's really good.
because I don't have any. I don't have
Mr.
a
Gault's
Yeah, you
test.
so
don't have like
impressed.
a EOC or anything, so that would make
Yeah.
sense.
And for AP pre-calc, I don't even know what's going on.
That dude,
You'll be fine.
that was me with the AP Lang. Shout out my 2 that I got on my AP Lang. Why are you covering your mouth like you didn't know that? Yes, you did.
Yeah.
we
Oh,
all got.
yeah. Except
Yeah.
her, she got a
Yeah.
5.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Corinne got a 5 on her AP Lang exam. Shout it from the rooftops. It's really good. Really good. Well, thank you so much, Mr. Gault, for being on the podcast. We had a
Thank
great
you.
time.
Yes, thank
guys.
you so much.
Here,
Yes.
the things that we learned are Benjamin Franklin would be the funniest in a Founding Father group chat,
Yes.
and Mr. Gault loves being a dad.
I do love being a dad. Thank you
So-
guys.
Yes. Upcoming events. I didn't study like I usually do for this.
Prom.
Prom is coming
Prom is
up.
coming up. April
Participate in
26th.
Spirit Week.
Participate in Spirit
Yeah.
Week. Spirit Week is next
Next
week. The I'll put on the story all the days.
I think it's Jersey Day.
Jersey Day.
Meme Day, recreated
Day.
Throwback Thursday,
Little White Lies Day.
Little White Lies
I
Day.
don't know what that is.
We're missing.
You write your little thing on a white shirt, and it's like
Oh,
Like
I
if,
know what that
if
is.
mine was like,
So it'd be
oh,
like, I'm a math teacher.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You should do that. That would be so cute. That'd be so slay. Okay, yeah. Soccer senior night was
Last
so
night,
it's over.
yesterday.
Yeah, track already had their
Soccer
senior
boys are
night.
going to the playoffs.
Yes, and so are baseball. Baseball's
Yep.
going playoffs.
Track has region next week.
Yes, there's so many
Going.
things happening. Tune in to the Instagrams. Ask your fellow classmates, your fellow athletes, your teachers. Show up to those events. Be an active member of the Spartan 300, and we will see you next week. And as always,
Go
go
Spartans!
Spartans!
1, 2,